And after a long hiatus,
We're back.
we're back. 2.0. Things you shouldn't say in public. Show.
Plus one. Chad Dixon.
Plus one. Got Matt here.
Aaron.
Chad.
We're here.
Chad sliced his finger open.
And he's very unhospitable, apparently. He does not have snacks or drinks.
Just moved in 2 months ago, but okay.
You can't say just moved in right before you say 2 months ago.
No. I don't lie, though, so it's the truth.
Ask Chad how many times he's come over to my house and been fed.
I don't cook, Aaron, so we've discussed this.
But moving on. Moving on to the fact that I am very hungry sitting at Chad's house and he hasn't. Oh, moving on. So what topics are we going over today?
The list is in front of you.
This is
Easy.
Yes.
Easy.
We're going over.
So we're doing education. This is an education episode. It's not.
Yes.
It's not comedy.
Yeah, it's not comedy at all.
Not funny at
if
all.
you laugh at this, you're a terrible person.
Not brought to you by Betsy DeVos.
No.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
There's, believe it or not, locally, there is an even worse person than her. We can go over that elsewhere.
Okay.
Yeah. They're on the school board at Chesapeake.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yes.
What's her name?
Like probably dipshit Diane or something. Pretty Karen. So we're going to talk about
Wearing masks in public.
why masks aren't stupid.
That is something that you should do in public, unlike
Definitely
things you
should.
shouldn't do in public.
Especially since it's, the law now.
Yeah.
Just saying.
You can say what you want.
Wear the fucking mask.
Just be prepared to get consequenced.
Yes.
Which are coming.
Yeah.
Like, what's the worst consequence you could get from not wearing a mask?
Jail.
Yeah.
I was going to say death. But
Oh. That's long
'cause
term,
you
though.
catch
That's
COVID.
long term,
It's
yeah.
the worst possible scenario.
I mean, but the cops could roll up on you and arrest you for not wearing a mask. How dumb
Depends
is that?
on where you live.
Ooh, I know the
It's
flow.
coming, though.
I
Might-
know the flow of this
Yeah.
now.
Not with our president.
Easily.
Ooh.
So
True that.
we're gonna go masks because masks bleed into Karens,
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then Karens bleed into BLM,
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
and then Karen also bleeds into defund the police.
Okay. So that's going to be our index cards of
Yeah,
today.
that's gonna be our chapters.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
6, 7,
No, there's 4 things.
7.
So masks.
BLM is 1. 7 or 3.
They're not in ranking of priority. They're just in.
No, I was saying
Order of
BLM
discussion.
are 3 separate chapters.
What?
Okay.
Okay.
So mask on. Republicans don't like it.
They don't.
They take away my freedom. Took our jobs.
And I was outside all day, and this is the first time I haven't had to wear a mask, and I'm not able to put food in my face, but that's fine.
Wow. Is food at the house one of the topics we just covered? I don't think so.
It keeps coming back.
Let's stay on task.
It's
back.
almost
I'm back. Okay.
it's almost its own special guest. All right,
That's
so
not here.
yeah.
Moving on. Masks in public, indoors.
All right. So even if it helps in the littlest way, the point of the mask is other people's protection from you, and you may get it and be asymptomatic, but your fucking grandma isn't. She's old as shit. She's gonna die if she catches it.
Very true.
That is the whole point.
Or you may not be asymptomatic and can die.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, there I'm sure it's been sensationalized the number of young people who have gotten COVID-19, but young people have gotten COVID-19, and
True.
young people have died from COVID-19.
True.
Now, if I walked up to you and said, "Hey, if you get this virus, I'll give you $1 million." Now, 1 million people have gotten it, and 1,000 people have died from it. Would you take the $1 million?
No.
No.
Absolutely not, because you don't want to be one of the 1,000 out of a million people.
Yeah. I don't want to be that 0.1% that actually dies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So while you would force somebody, and you're being pretty reckless when you go and don't wear a mask, go out in public, and then you can give it to Chad. It's like
No, it's super reckless, and I hate it. So I had somebody come through the other day. The husband was wearing a mask. The other person, his wife or whatever, wasn't. Asked her to put a mask on. She's like, I can't because of health reasons. Like, okay, well, we can go talk to you at your car or whatever. Like, not refusing service.
Yeah.
Not even, like, technically not even kicking them out. But now it can be considered trespassing. So.
Really?
Like, yeah.
Is that a company
You
thing?
ask them to leave. Yeah.
But then it's like, hey, if hey, for health reasons, I can't wear masks. What are what health reasons? I mean, I'm sure there's some, but the majority,
the majority of people don't understand it.
That and
Correct.
she's holding a baby.
Then they spat
baby
out. Then
2
they
months
spat.
old.
Oh,
Right.
it's a HIPAA violation.
Yeah, that's
And I always ask people, do you know what HIPAA stands for?
right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Because it's funny,
Thanks for that.
these memes are probably the best indication of this. Is hey, I'll fight for my country. I'll do everything to defend my country, but wearing a mask is where I draw the line.
Crosses the line.
Yeah.
my favorite thing is like you get called a snowflake or that you're a leftist because you don't want people to die or you even care about basic things.
140,000 people have died in America alone, and people are still arguing about wearing a mask.
So the point is wear a fucking mask.
Yes, wear a
Please.
fucking mask. No, not please. Just do it.
And if you have health issues that
was trying to
prevent
be
you
polite.
from wearing a mask, order your shit. Order it.
Like if you want to be fancy, like at first I was kind of mocking the people who wanted to be fancy, but I've gotten a little fancy with mine too. If you want to wear, as fashion accessory, you want a diamond plated
I got my
mask,
my
right?
Boba Fett. one.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I got
get a Darth
Under Armour
Vader
mask. Sponsored by, and
No,
if you want to wear that stuff, then wear it, but don't not wear a mask and expose everybody else to your nasty germs.
Oh, but so back to those people. They left. They came back the next day. Guess who was wearing masks?
The person with the health
Yes.
condition.
It was
Oh.
like, fuck out of here.
Did your health
Like,
condition magically disappear?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I think it did.
Interesting.
I got a health condition. I'm like, what kind of health condition you want? You want COVID? That's a health condition.
It is.
The worst thing about it too is people who do survive, they don't even tell you about the people who. Because that's why I posted on the other day about how this is just meant to scare you. COVID's meant to scare you, and
No,
the
true.
media's meant to scare you. Like you should be scared because it's a virus, right? And it seems to change all the time. But
I mean, it seems to be. So one of my concerns. I have kids. First, it was nothing. The kids were asymptomatic or whatever, and now like kids are getting put in comas. Like, it seems like the strands are mutating. Like it's not fake. Like I literally just talked to somebody that has now been cleared of it, but his wife, like he's been cleared of it. He waited even 2 weeks after he's cleared before he went out.
he is, right? I just met a guy who had COVID,
Yeah.
and now I'm here with you guys.
That was also probably about 2 weeks ago since I've spoken to him. So,
About?
yeah, maybe a week and a half. The quarantine period is shorter.
Can we get a
now, too.
timestamp? Is it
Oh,
really?
is it?
Yeah.
How long?
So-
is it?
How long is it?
I think it's a week now because
okay.
the symptoms show up in 3 or 4 days now.
Oh, okay.
So
Again,
that's
ever
another
changing.
thing. So
That's what diseases do.
I mean, his wife in the hospital, on life support basically, and he said, like, I'm telling you right now, like, I don't have any health issues, but it was no joke. I felt like I was dying for like a week. So, like, even if you get it and you get it like in the flu fashion of it, like, it's not fun to have. Like,
And all the people who are like, hey, I didn't wear a mask. I always those are the people you see come up and are like, hey, now I definitely don't want this. Wear your fucking mask. That was the worst experience I've ever had. So on and so forth.
It's just annoying. I'm not going to lie. Wearing a mask is annoying, but
Yeah.
it's also not the end of the world.
No,
I wear it for 8 hours a day. Like,
Correct. And it's not like you're wearing it, like literally, when I go in a business, put the mask on, I walk out of the business and I go,
Yeah. The only thing that's annoying to me about wearing a mask is keeping up with it. Shit, where did I put my mask?
Yeah,
Shit, where did I
that's
put my mask?
Yeah. I've got one of those ones that stay on I just pull it up and then
Yeah,
I just
that's
keep it around my neck. Yeah.
my Boba Fett ones
Yeah.
like that. But I typically have a couple masks in each vehicle for
Yep.
me, the wife, and the kids.
There you go.
So in case we forget it, there's extras right there.
So, more of the story, wear your fucking mask.
And wash your fucking mask too after you
Yeah,
wear it a couple
gross.
times.
Please.
Yes.
All right. So we're moving on to the
Karen's?
No.
the Karens.
Follow the order. It's in front
No.
of
He
We already stated-
He stated in the beginning that
He just wrote down what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm seeing. So we'll transition.
I had a very
better.
smug laugh. in
Okay.
case-
So there are a lot of Karens out there coughing on people.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
You will get arrested for that.
Yes.
And
It's like screaming fire
And
in
it's
a
federal
building
charges,
full
too.
of people. Yes.
Federal charges.
that and like, I mean, it's almost the same as like me spitting on someone. Like it's
Did I mention that it's just disgusting, even if there was no COVID,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
cough on someone?
It's like those. You remember that girl who got
that's how you
arrested?
get punched in the face.
Yes.
Like,
That girl who
Yes.
got arrested for licking Bluebell ice cream. You
I remember that. Yes,
And she did
that's
it. She did it again last
disgusting.
year.
It's
Yeah.
disgusting. Jesus.
Okay, so question: is she an employee?
No, she was just a regular person, and for some reason she picked Bluebell. I guess it was one of her favorites. And she goes into Kroger's and opens the container, licks like 3 licks across the top, puts the lid back on, and goes about her business.
Like, why?
I'm sorry. Is this locally?
I think it was in the southeast. I don't know if it was in Virginia or not.
Well, fuck. I'm just saying. I go to Kroger's.
Let me fact check this. Bluebell liquor. Let's see. Bluebell ice cream liquor. Yes.
I guess.
And would she be classified as a Karen?
No, I think that's something else. Like, yeah, that can't even be a Karen. That's
Deidre, a 24-year-old shown in virtual video licking a carton of Bluebell ice cream and then putting it back inside a store freezer case at Walmart. And she was in Texas.
Deandra. Was that?
Deandra.
Okay, so let's make that her
Adrian
own.
Anderson.
Let's make that her own category.
Deadrian.
People doing some weird shit, they can get put in there. So I found this one Instagram page. It's called Karen's in the Wild.
It's
So
funny.
when
Are you
I-
promoting the Instagram page, Karen's in the Wild?
I will, because I mean, they're doing a good job of like finding these Karens
And
and
putting them all in one spot.
exposing
Yeah,
them
it's good.
and getting people to find them and stuff like that. Like doing some really crazy, like racist stuff,
Yeah.
over the top stuff with COVID, everything. I stayed up till when I first found this page. I stayed up till 3,
Just
4 in
watching
the
them.
morning.
Yeah.
Watch every single one of them, and it was like appalled that people act like this.
I
I
still.
texted it to you, by the way.
Yeah. I was just showing you that one. The one I'm showing him, the guy, long story short, sitting in front of his house, like parked across the street from his house, waiting for his son to come outside. Apparently, that there was no way that could have been his house. Karen came up and said, "Why are you here?" He responded, "This is my house." "No, it's not." "Yes, it is." "No, it's not." Karen walks on his doorstep and says, "If this is your house, go inside." He gets out of his car and walks in the house and tells her to get the F off his property. And she then proceeds to spit racist bullshit at him while he was standing inside his house.
There is like hundreds of videos like that,
Crazy.
like ridiculous.
And it's real. It's not fake.
Yeah, it's
Blows my mind.
real people. I can't.
Can't make it up.
Could you imagine somebody telling you that this isn't where you live?
But see, here's the funny thing, right? Here's the thing.
It-
It's luckily
so much.
when it's caught on video, right? You feel so. Here's the funny thing. So when it's caught on video, it seems like the Karens of the world don't care.
They double down.
Yeah, they double down. Yeah, they double down, right? But at the same time, I feel like it's safer for Karens because you, as the video ographer, right, don't want to incriminate yourself because I feel like if there was no video there and he or she beat the fuck out of the Karen, right? Nobody ever knew. Oh, she tripped down the stairs. But because you have the video there, you have to be, you have to show that you're of higher moral fortitude.
I would be completely satisfied recording somebody in their ignorance and
Yeah.
walking away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But some of the ignorance, you might catch the wrong person who
That's
doesn't
true.
care
That's
just
true.
as much as Karen.
That's very true.
And doubles down.
And doubles down.
And fucks Karen up. Exactly.
Karen just got smacked.
One of my favorite ones was this older lady called someone the N-bomb, and then said that she would take her to the police, and she was like, "Let's go to the police right now." They drove to the police.